Welcome to Nissi News Bytes at 1.
Hello and good afternoon to you. You're just in time for Nissi News Bytes at 1. Me taking you through. My name is Isaack, Waweru, and my sign language interpreter is Grace Mohiam. Let's get to our news and on to our first news. With 6 days left to the polls, the Deputy President William Ruto has held prayers instead of having a formal campaign. The Kenya Kwanza team have held a session of prayers called by the Deputy President at his current residence. The affiliated parties joined the DP praying for a peaceful election. As our reporter Paul Gregory tells us, the DP was accompanied by Mudavadi, Wetangula, Alfred Mutua, among others.
Sources from Ruto prayers began as early as yesterday and it's ongoing the entire day even after the guests leave.
I was with some of the members of my team and we decided to go to church in Transmara, somewhere in Kilgoris. And so we ended up in a small church. There were hardly maybe 100 people in that church. And at some point, I was wondering whether we came to the right church. Because in these moments of campaigns, you want a place where you can meet many people. So I was just wondering whether we had made the right decision to go to this church. But anyway, so we went to this church and it was amazing. It was really, really amazing.
During the prayers at Karen, the Deputy President with his wife Rachel Ruto and their children welcomed the members of the Kenya Kwanza and other supporters, including pastors and some other church leaders who led the prayers. The Deputy President called on all Kenyans from all walks to embrace brotherhood and keep peace during the elections and after. He said that the country needs to be peaceful even after elections. Present during the prayers were Kenya Kwanza leaders led by Musalia Mudavadi of ANC, Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya, Alfred Mutua of Chap Chap Party, among other leaders, including aspirants of various positions in the next week's general election. Reporting for News at 1, my name is Paul Gregory.
As the Kenya Kwanza was holding prayers, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance, led by Raila Odinga, took their campaign trail to Kirinyaga County, Martha Karua's hometown, to look for votes. The campaigning at Kerugoya, Kirinyaga County on Monday, Raila Odinga assured the voters of good leadership from him and Martha Karua. The pair urged the locals to vote for them on 9th of August. Let's get some more news from our reporter.
Few days to the general election, Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua, together with some of the leaders including Peter Kenneth, Sabina Chege, Peter Munya, among others, took their campaign to Kirugoya in Kirinyaga County. Martha Karua urged Kirugoya people to vote for Raila on 9th August. She urged the residents to love one another and live as people from one family, therefore keeping peace.
Watano wa Jamhuri ya Kenya ni nani? Odinga, nimeona mmepita mtihani. Kura ya mwaka huu sio Raila na Martha peke yake unapigia. Unajipigia wewe mwenyewe, vizazi vyako na vizazi vijazo. Ukipigia wale hawawezi aminika, Kenya haitaweza kusimama. Saa hii tunalia bei ya unga.
Sababu tumerudi tena tuongee na nyinyi. Nataka kuona kama nyinyi tayari mmeokoka. 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 Ngapi mmeokoka, nione mkono hapa. Naona sisi tuko na sababu. Nasema Wakenya wana sababu. Pili, Wakenya wana nia. Tatu, Wakenya wana uwezo ya kuleta mabadiliko, sivyo?
Martha Karua also promised that Raila will bring change if elected. Raila Odinga promised Kirugoya people that his government will fight against health issues, poverty, illiteracy and corruption. He said he's ready to fight corruption, saying that Kenya lose 2 billion every day due to corruption, something that brings poverty in the Kenya. Raila Odinga promised that his government will start work immediately after the sworn in as the Kenya president if elected. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, I am Grace Moher.
Now, away from politics, flour shortage is being witnessed across the country as the government and maize millers differ on subsidy programs started to lower the commodities price nearly 2 weeks ago. By yesterday, retail shops continued to miss the critical commodity on their shelves, with the few that had stocked maize flour only selling premium brands that are not part of the subsidy program. Let's get some more news from our reporter. Public outcry over the flour shortage. The Ministry of Agriculture yesterday accused millers and retailers of having inflexible contractual arrangement, holding an attempt to defraud the public. This making it difficult to get the promised cheap flour to Kenyans.
Kulingana na vile kunavyoendelea kwamba kuna unga ya 100 lakini ndio kunayo, lakini unapata siku moja, ya pili haupati.
Ukienda kwa supermarket unapata hakuna. Yenye iko tu ni ile ya bei ya kawaida. Ukisikia mahali fulani iko unapata ni 130 ama 120 ama 110. Lakini hata hiyo ya 110 sijaona. Sasa sijui mahali iko ama inafikia wengine haifiki.
Nakwambia wanatukausha juu hiyo unga iko na 200, inafika 200 na 10. Hiyo 100 wanasema hawaioni. Wakichukua kwa manduka wanauza 200.
Development and Agricultural Research Principal Secretary Francis Awino stating that 3.2 million kilograms of maize flour had been supplied to the market under the subsidy program. The PS said that a total of 160.9 million shillings have been paid to millers to cover the subsidy portion out of the invoices valued at 325 million that have been received.
3.2 million kilograms of unga have been supplied to the market, and this is expected to increase this week. Our observations and feedback from the teams on the ground indicate that flour has been retailing at the prescribed Kenya shillings 100 per 2 kilogram packet in most areas. The maize flour shall retail across the entire territory of the Republic of Kenya at Kenya shillings 100, down from a high of 205 Kenya shillings for a 2 kilogram packet until otherwise directed. This
na ugali tumeteremusha, lakini sikiliza tu, tumeteremusha bei, lakini kuna millers ambao wanaficha, na tumeanza kufanya assessment kule wanaficha. Kesho mtasikia kunao tunawalipa wateremushe na wanaficha.
One of the millers appearing with the PS at the Ministry of Agriculture headquarters to confirm having been paid for supplying the subsidized flour in Trident Millers in Kiboswa, Kisumu County, said he was milling 50 tons of flour daily. The government is subsidizing Kenya shillings 105 for every 2 package of maize flour on the assumption that the commodity retailed at 205 prior the start of the program. However, while the ministry sells hopes to Kenyans, retailers and millers stand their ground and the public continues to face shortage in shops. Several millers said yesterday that most of them were locked out of the subsidy program by the ministry, claiming that the program prioritized large-scale millers who serve less than half of the market. This led to the current shortage. This is contrary to what the ministry's claim of having brought on board millers covering 80% of the market during the launch of the program on July 22nd. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaack, Waweru. On to other news, the government ordered the immediate closure of all schools effective Tuesday, August 2nd. In a statement, Education CS George Magoha said that schools will remain closed until August 11th to allow preparation and conduct of August 9th general election. In the event there is a repeat election, the dates are subject to change, and this may affect the national examination scheduled to be held later this year. Our reporter tells us more. Schools are traditionally used as polling and tallying centers every election year. Most of the institutions are primary and secondary schools, university and technical training institutes. A gazette notice by the Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission indicated that almost 250 schools will be used as tallying centers. Another 17 institutions of higher education will be used as county tallying centers, while another 230 schools in select constituency will be used as that scheduled constituency tallying centers. Normally, polls will be held when learners are away from school for the August long holiday. But the COVID-19 pandemic caused the government to reschedule the school calendar, leading to realigned school terms and holidays. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaack. Waweru. The national government has completed a construction of 2 modern fish landing sites at Luando Kotieno and Sori at a cost of 280 million shillings to boost fishing in the Lake Victoria. The project has been in construction since January and is to be handed over to the fisheries community in the region with the hope of improving livelihood in the area and a way of prolonging fish while they await sustainable market. Hannah Warwadia reports.
80 million shilling. Francis Otieno Agriculture PS in the area stated that the facility was to be handed over to the community and the State Department of Fisheries and to the community since it was a national government project once all process and procedures were completed for the purposes of accountability. Luando Kotieno Fish Landing Site and Sori Fish Land are one of the key projects that has been tackled in the fisheries sector, costing 140 million each.
Both projects have been done at a total cost of 140 million. And all of them are done within the last 4 months, and they are complete and they are ready for launching. My belief is this is one of the key infrastructure in the fisheries industry or sector that is going to be a game changer in terms of harnessing the potential of the fishing industry in this region. One of the things that has been a major challenge is post-harvest losses, because fish is a perishable commodity, and the lack of storage facilities has been a major hindrance to the development of the fishing sector here.
The project is aimed to restore hundreds of thousands of livelihood by bettering their lifestyle through fish farming, since the State Department was exploiting opportunities to get fish market outside of the country.
Fish banda and the Sori fish banda at a cost of 140 million each are easily the biggest along the lakefront in recent times. And this is something we must be proud of. We are not just proud that now the government has invested in the fishing community. It is not that the government after the handshake is prioritizing this region, but it is that it is remembering a region that has been forgotten for so many decades. Through this, hundreds of thousands of livelihoods will be restored. Through this, the fishing community are able to control the price for fish, because until now, once you come out with the fish, because of the extreme heat, you'd have to sell it at the price at which the buyer wants, because you cannot keep it. But now, with the assistance of the BMU, the fisher folk are able to determine proper prices for their fish, because they're able to store it, as Dr. Wina had said, for even up to 5 years if the price is not right. We are going to significantly improve the lives and therefore the health and therefore the lifespan of people around here.
Projects will be one of the key infrastructure in the fisheries industry that will be a game changer in terms of harnessing the protocol of the fish industry in the region. Reporting for Nissi, I am Warwaru.
Thank you for that. On to some international news. The US has killed the leader of Al-Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri, in a drone strike in Afghanistan. President Joe Biden has confirmed. He was killed in a counter-terrorism operation carried out by the CIA in Afghan capital of Kabul on Sunday. Mr. Biden said that Zawahiri was carved a trial of murder and violence against American citizens. Biden said that now justice has been delivered and that the terrorist leader is no more. Zawahiri took over Al-Qaeda after the death of Osama bin Laden in 2011. He and bin Laden plotted the 9/11 attacks together, and he was one of the US most wanted terrorists. Let's get some more news from our reporter.
Zawahiri was on his balcony of a safe house when the drone fired 2 missiles at him, killing him alone. His family members were present, but they were Mr. Biden said that he had given a final approval for the precision strike on the 71-year-old Egyptian after months of planning. His killing will bring closure to families of the nearly 3,000 victims of the 2001 attacks.
From hiding, he coordinated al-Qaeda's branches and all around the world, including setting priorities for providing operational guidance that call for and inspired attacks against U.S. targets. He made videos, including in recent weeks, calling for his followers to attack the United States and our allies. Now, justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more.
Biden said that no matter how long it takes, no matter where they hide, if they are a threat to the people, the United States will find and take them out, adding that he shall never waver from defending his nation and its people. Mr. Biden said that Zawahiri had also masterminded other acts of violence, including the suicide bombing of the USS Cole naval destroyer in Aden in October 2000, which killed 17 US soldiers, and the 1998 attack on the US embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, in which 223 people died. He insisted that Afghanistan will never again become a safe haven for terrorists. Reporting for Nissi television, my name is Elfas Peter Agote.
Now, a vessel carrying Ukrainian grain has left the Black Sea port of Odessa for the first time since Russia's invasion in late February. The long-awaited development on Monday came after the United Nations and Turkey brokered an agreement between Russia and Ukraine last month. This has raised hopes of easing growing food crisis threatening people around the globe. Let's get some more news from our reporter.
A Sierra Leone flagged vessel departed Odessa shortly after 6 GTM, according to the Turkish Defense Ministry. Carrying more than 26,000 metric tons of corns, the Chinese-built ship's final destination is Tripoli, northern Lebanon. Data from the Razonis automatic identification system, a safety tracker for ships at sea, show the vessel slowly coming out of the berth at Odessa alongside the tugboat. The ship has been proceeding very slowly due to the presence of mines in the Black Sea, which were placed by the Ukraine forces to prevent Russian army from advancing towards Odessa from the sea. The loading of the ship was monitored by Ukraine, Turkey, and the UN staff. The vessel is expected to reach Istanbul at 12 GTM on Tuesday, where it will be inspected by personnel of the Joint Coordination Center JCC, comprising of representatives of Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, and UN. After the inspection, it will then proceed to Tripoli. Reporting for Nissi television, my name is Elfas Peter Agote.
Now that's it, and now we can get some sport news. On to some sports. Former Arsenal, Barcelona and Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas want to manage in the Premier League when he finally hangs his boots. Speaking to press, the 35-year-old midfielder explained how he set himself the target of managing a club in the Premier League. He said that when he becomes a coach, England will be his first league of choice. He said that the Premier League is where he played his best football over years, and Fabregas said that he feels loved in England. On to another. Charlotte Watson scored twice. Club connections to the City's Sarah Jamieson also grabbing a double. It was a hugely impressive performance by the Scots, who had 33 shots on goal. The result leaves them level with Australia and New Zealand on 6 points, and a medal playoff place will be up for grabs when they face the Hockeyroos on Wednesday at 9 a.m. kickoff time. Reporting for Nissi Sports, my name is Isaack. Waweru. Apologies for that mistake, so we can do the news. Scotland women hit double figures in their third hockey match at the Commonwealth Games. The Tartan Hearts were in top form to keep alive their hopes of progressing to the semi-finals, thrashing Kenya 11-0 at the University of Birmingham Hockey and Squash Centre. Let's get the news. The Dundee striker Charlotte Watson scored twice, with another player who has club connections to the city, Sarah Jamieson, also grabbing a double. It was a hugely impressive performance by the Scots, who had 33 shots on goal. The result leaves them level with Australia and New Zealand on 6 points, and a medal playoff place will be up for grabs when they face the Hockeyroos on Wednesday at 9 a.m. kickoff time. Reporting for Nissi Sports, my name is Isaack. Waweru. Well, that's all we had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we are still reminding you to maintain peace with your neighbor during this time of election, during the election, and even after the election, because your neighbor is all you got. Thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Isaack Waweru, my sign language interpreter, Grace Mohiam. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of our programs. Thank you.
Welcome to Nissi Television, the house